So for the second time this afternoon, we have live Premiership football. It's Arsenal against Middlesbrough. Match commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Richard. Andy, you've watched a lot of those 41 Arsenal games. You played against Nottingham Forest back in the late 70s during their great run. Any points of comparison?
Well, they're both great teams. I don't think there's a doubt about that. Brian Clough and Peter Taylor got themselves a fantastic team. Very different, I feel. Much more organised, functional, I would say. Less flamboyant than this side that Arsene Wenger's put together. Yeah, you pretty much knew what you were getting when you watched Forest play. They were pretty rigid in what they were asked to do. This team is, far more off the cuff than they were, but for a different era, at a different time, both were magnificent sides, no doubt about that.
Let's look at Arsene Wenger's choice today, and it is same again for Arsenal, even though 8 of this 11 have been away on international duty in midweek, particularly Gilberto, who's been all the way to Haiti and back on behalf of Brazil. Alongside him, the 17-year-old starlet from Spain, Cesc Fabregas. He makes his Highbury League debut against a player who has known this league and this ground for so much longer, Ray Parlour. Ray Parlour has only just made it, in fact, with a knee problem, and the same applies to Michael Reisiger at right back. He's got a damaged shoulder, but they both play. But neither Southgate nor Echiog are in the team, so 37-year-old Colin Cooper clocks up his 400th appearance for Middlesbrough. Frank Kudru is back at left back in place of Parnaby. Middlesbrough, of course, now have the last man to score a winning goal against Arsenal in the Premiership. That's Mark Viduka, of course, but he's still serving a carryover suspension from his time at Leeds United.
Well, slipped into gear quite beautifully. Had Goodison last weekend with this side. There's not an awful lot I can tell you that's new from this side. The only thing I would say, obviously, they are weaker with Seagal instead of Campbell. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. That may be something that people at Hasselbank tries to exploit, but it's very, very difficult because the other 10 players in this side are exceptional footballers. So it'll be really, really difficult. Be the 4-4-2 that we're used to. We saw last weekend, if you give Bergkamp any time and space, he'll just about destroy you on his own, and that's what Middlesbrough mustn't do, mustn't allow today. Well, Steve McLaren, well, I feel a little bit sorry for him. You look at the centre of that defence, Cooper and Riggett. I would normally see Southgate and Echiog. They're not there. That's a huge blow. And a little bit weaker on the right-hand side than they would like to. Mendieta's got to play well defensively, you feel. But they've got enough up top with Jimmy and Desiree Job. If they can get the ball in that area, you just don't know.
Well, it may take many years before the merit in Arsenal's undefeated Premiership season is fully recognised, but the Premier League have acted swiftly with Richard Scudamore, their extremely efficient chief executive, presenting a unique memento based on the Premier League trophy itself to Patrick Vieira, whose part in this presentation was in some doubt, serious doubt a week or so ago, but he is now a committed Arsenal captain, if at the moment a non-playing one. No move in the end to Real Madrid, though no shortage of others from England who are jumping at that particular chance.
It's normally the top of the Championship trophy they have trouble with. Patrick's having trouble with the bottom of the small one. But it's great to see the Premier League recognise this achievement, Mr. Tyler. They've acted quickly and appropriately for me.
I guess you could call it 38 steps to what Arsene Wenger has called immortality. Those 38 unbeaten Premiership games, season 2003-2004, Arsenal champions. And let's get a quick word from Arsenal's Vice Chairman, David Dein, who's with Mark Bolton.
Especially with that, just how proud are you?
Very, very proud indeed. I know I speak on behalf of the board, of all the Arsenal fans around the world. It's really been a privilege to watch Arsenal play recently. And I don't know how long our unbeaten record can last, but I just hope Arsene keeps on delivering those miracles.
You're 90 minutes away from equalling Nottingham Forest's record. Will you do it this afternoon?
Well, you know, you can never tell in football. It's a roller coaster ride always, and when you expect to win, invariably you don't. So we can just do our best every game, and we've got a great manager, very, very committed, an enormously talented squad of players, great coaching staff, good medical, everything is going well. We've just got to make sure it keeps on going.
Congratulations for what you've achieved already. Good luck today.
Thank you very much indeed.
And of course, Arsene Wenger poised to extend his contract with Arsenal. All credit to David Dein. almost 8 years ago now, in recognising the potential in the manager that he in particular brought to Highbury. And not a bad way to go into negotiations, is it, for Arsene Wenger's point of view, with what Arsenal have achieved and continue to achieve. But I think one thing you know about Premiership football, that you just cannot predict what the outcome will be. It's part of the appeal, and here we are with most of the clubs having played 2 games this season and only one of them with a 100% record, Andy, Chelsea. Yeah,
I think that's fair, and had Arsenal need to win this game, then you might think there's even more reason to think there might be a surprise. But I think when you're talking about will Middlesbrough win, should Arsenal lose this game, I think that's a tall, tall order. I expect Arsenal to finish it off today, an equal Forest record. I think they deserve to. I think they've been magnificent. When you think Forest drew 21 of their 42 games, and I think Arsenal won about, what, 29 of theirs? That's a fantastic record, absolutely fantastic.
Well, Thierry Henry hasn't scored in a game and a half for Arsenal this season, and even had a penalty save playing for France on Wednesday. Those frustrations might just be bad news for Middlesbrough over the next 90 minutes. But when it comes to goal scoring, Jose Antonio Reyes has scored in each of his last 4 Arsenal starts either side of the summer break. And he is raring for the off again, I'm sure.
They're on their own at the moment in the tunnel, Arsenal. I wouldn't get them too angry if I was Steve McLaren.
Middlesbrough, we shouldn't forget their big dividend on several years of heavy investment by Steve Gibson, the chairman in particular, by winning their first major trophy, the League Cup, the Carling Cup. With it, that UEFA Cup place. Their first European adventure starts next month, and they have ploughed even more money into the team in the summer. But Colin Cooper has been wheeled out again, and you can bet he'll be up for the challenge of shutting out Arsenal, considerable though it is. He was offered a coaching job, actually, but he said, if you want me as a player, I'm going to concentrate 100% on it. I'm sure that's the right thing, and he'll need that 100% concentration here at Highbury today, where the champions return, trying to stay focused on this as just another match. But another feat is within reach for their talented feet today. Game 42 to equal Nottingham Forest is against Middlesbrough. It's live right after this break.
For the 60 million football managers, the Barclays Premiership. Barclays, fluent in finance.
There are other disposable razors, but now there's new Gillette Sensor 3. Totally new handle. 3 blades mounted on responsive springs that adjust to your face. No Gillette disposable shaves better. You may think it's the best disposable you ever threw away. Gillette Sensor 3. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Critics are raving about Open Water.
Where's the boat?
The U.S. smash hit.
Is it a shark?
An intense, terrifying true story, says The Sun. Open Water.
Norman knights, English bowmen, Viking warriors, crusaders, samurais, Saracens, medieval warriors. At last, the legendary soldiers who left their mark on history, reproduced in a breathtaking collection of die-cast figurines. Part 1 comes with Henry V standard bearer at an exceptional price.
Get this.
Mitsubishi Grandis. You won't want to drive anything else.
Spanish football is back.
Oh, wonderful! A footballing work of art. What can you say about technique like that? Ronaldinho! Oh!
Sensacional!
He is a genius!
And there's a new boy in town. A Spanish football triple in association with San Miguel starts next weekend. Sky Sports.
These little fellas are cute. Placed all around the ground today with their Arsenal flags. Junior gunners welcoming their heroes. All right, Gaffer. We're live at Highbury. It's Arsenal against Middlesbrough, our second live game from the Premiership today. We're interactive, of course. Push the red button, follow the menu. That's where you'll find those screens. That's where you can enjoy the facilities. First up today on Player Cam, we will be following Ray Parlour, who's back at Highbury, but in Middlesbrough colours. Let's join our match commentators, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
In fact, Richard, Ray Parlour has played 333 Premiership games for Arsenal, the most by any Arsenal player since the new league was formed. Dennis Bergkamp would have to play 2 more years to overtake him. Patrick Vieira into a third. So that's the contribution, at times an unsung hero, but his last goal was certainly one that no one will forget in the 2002 FA Cup final. The 2001 FA Cup final was refereed by Steve Dunn, and Arsenal lost it, of course, to Liverpool. Sunshine in North London. Pitch, an absolute picture. Ground staff telling me that it's been a wonderful summer for growing grass. How come it's only weeds that grow in my garden?
Ditto.
So Thierry Henry alongside the current Arsenal captain, Dennis Bergkamp. Chance for Arsenal to join Chelsea on 6 points. Any win would take them to the top of a table. I know, Andy, you don't approve of league tables this early in the season.
Oh, yes, I do. Especially if you're top.
Here's first touch for Fabregas on his home Premiership debut. At the age of 17, he was away making his under-21 debut for Spain on Tuesday. It's just one little factor that will be concerning Arsene Wenger, how so many of his international players will just have got their minds and their bodies right in their return to domestic action. Middlesbrough only had a couple of players needed by their countries.
When you look at the side they're up against, Arsenal, it's a very, very experienced team, this Middlesbrough team. Won't be fazed by the environment they're in, that's for sure.
Boateng, Frank Kedru is another who's not 100% fit for Steve McLaren. Cross booted high by Seagull. Continues for Sol Campbell alongside Toure, who makes the header. But the flag was up for offside. Actually, Middlesbrough had an injury-free pre-season, and then suddenly it all started to go wrong on Friday the 13th of August when Gareth Southgate was injured in training. Others have with problems. Rather a patched-up team that was only really confirmed about lunchtime today for the visitors. Mendieta.
Goalkeepers take a chance.
One to be shy, is he, Jens Lehmann, coming out like that, but he dealt with it calmly enough. A bit of lax control by Ljungberg. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, the Middlesbrough number 18 now, the former Chelsea number 9. Mendieta. Reisiger, whose injury is a shoulder problem, might need further attention after this game. They've decided to take the risk with the Dutchman from Barcelona. Jens Lehmann, a successful Premiership goalkeeper last season. in all Arsenal's games in the undefeated campaign. Arsenal top scorers and the best defensive record. Zenden. Mendieta, very quickly on the scene as usual. England's Ashley Cole.
Decent defending. Be going the other way that will concern me about Mendieta. This left-hand side, because no doubt Ashley Cole will test him.
Reyes. Ljungberg has come from right to left. Henry. Fair to be hit. Walks it down low.
Well, they're getting greedy now on this left-hand side. Not only does Henry come there, but now we've just seen Ljungberg come straight across the field from right to left to get involved. And Matt Schwarzer might have to make one or two better saves than that before the day's out.
Reyes. Hungry for the action. He may not have command of the English language, but he's certainly got command of a Premiership football.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? He just showed his glimpses last season. He started this season really right on top form. Probably the fact that he didn't get selected by Spain in the summer helped him. Fresh, fit, ready.
But he was selected last Wednesday. Played the second half of an international in Las Palmas. Nice place to go to the game against Venezuela. Bergkamp, whose international days are well and truly behind him, but certainly not his Premiership days. It better be from Middlesbrough's point of view.
Just. There's a little twitchy Mark Schwarzer as he saw Reyes bearing down on him.
Australian, of course, of German background. Been at Middlesbrough a long time now, since February 1997. He was signed from Bradford City. Due back in London early next month, where Australia are setting up a training camp. He'll be accompanied by Mark Viduka. Here's Chris Riggott, who had to deal with an embarrassing moment against Newcastle in Middlesbrough's opening game. They fought back twice. Had a 2-2 draw. Let the ball run under his feet and Bellamy race away behind him. It happens at this level. Sometimes tend to forget we are dealing with human beings and not machines. Mendieta's throw. Job. And beaten to it by Colin Cooper. A great professional he continues to be.
Oh, absolutely. But 37 years of age now. Don't expect to see him push too high up the pitch and hold a line. I think they might just drop off fairly early at times. Get good positions, starting positions.
Over 700 career games now for Cooper. As I said earlier, it's his 400th Middlesbrough game, a couple of spells at the club. Fabregas. The problem Arsenal do have to deal with playing at home is the crowd expect it all to happen, really. Sitting back in the pleasant surroundings here.
Yeah, it's not how but when, isn't it, they expect.
Here's Bergkamp, maybe now, but Boateng not allowing it to happen. A quick ball forward by Kedru, intercepted quickly.
I think it was deliberate. Oh, what a break this was. Little trip there, and Lauren, you could see that, but from here it's all about Bergkamp. This is what strikes the arm as Riggott goes to ground, and then Schwarzer just doesn't know where it is. He fell a little bit for Reyes. He just had to stab at the ball, arrived so quick at him, couldn't control it.
There was Cooper on the line. Kedru heads away. Collected by Henry. Middlesbrough trying to close him down. They've done that successfully. It was Mendieta who got the ball. It's Parler who breaks out. Mendieta continued his run. Hasselbank and Job in the centre, and Arsenal might be just caught out here by the counter-attack, and that's
poor. That is really poor from a player of his quality. Not only did he have Job and Hasselbank, but Zenden was in an absolutely brilliant position. rolled across the face of the 18-yard box.
A weaving run from Reyes. Kedru was just impeded by the Spaniard in the end.
I think it was Kedru who got spoken to for blocking off Lauren in that initial move. Now this is a free kick, just plays it and then gets blocked off. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But this break, you watch the ending up here. Far side, you've got time. Arsenal are trying to get back. Hasselbank, they suck everyone in. Look at Zend, and arm up left, just pull it back. He's in a super position. Surprised that someone of his quality doesn't see that.
Cooper. Now Parla. Nice work by Rise again. No sign of his shoulder problem there. Take by Mendieta, a ball that was really fired at him. He slips Fabregas. By Lauren, collected by Ljungberg. They're still looking for another right back to cover for Lauren. It's noticeable how well Moritz Volz played for Fulham yesterday, right back in the Premiership. But Arsenal decided to sell to their London rivals after a spell on loan. It was Arsene Wenger's decision. We're talking about maybe rekindling interest in Trabelsi, the Tunisian who plays for Ajax. But the window closes, of course, at the end of this month. Seagull. Now Fabregas, so much natural talent.
Cuss to the commentator.
I'll stick by what I said.
Yeah, I don't think you get many arguments. But what he'll find as his education grows, he's played some games and he's had lots of space to play in. People will know that you can't allow this boy to get on the ball, get his head up, give him time and space. And he'll be asked questions as his career goes on at a young age.
Ljungberg. Thou shalt not pass challenge from Cooper.
Just a little late. Just beats him. Once you've committed to the tackle, as Cooper did then, there's no way back.
Scored one goal for the senior side, Pascal Seagull. From Bergkamp. Seagull may be his target. Zenden, who's now a fully fledged Middlesbrough player, he was on loan last season, as was Mendieta. Those deals completed. Some good business. I'm sure wages are pretty hefty, but no transfer fees involved. And they are tremendously ambitious, Middlesbrough. It's not the most fashionable part of the country. Even people from Middlesbrough would say that, but the football club is being run along the lines of the highest standards. A wonderful training ground, of course. Riverside Stadium, relatively new, and good facilities for the matches themselves. And they do have a good breeding ground for young talent. Won the Youth Cup last season. Where it's being allowed to run. Someone's got to make a challenge on him, or maybe they thought, well, you can have a shot with your right foot. Job. Like a pair of bookends, aren't they? Zenden and Mendieta, either side of the midfield.
A lot of their creative work is expected to go through those two.
Parla taking the route away from any trouble. Mendieta.
No, it's too cheap. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that's very, very cheap. He's better than that.
Toure. Ljungberg. Lauren's cross. Can't get it over Cooper had he done so. Riggett was next in line to clear for Middlesbrough. Bergkamp has to This turn, but he was quick enough to get it back to Toure. Fired it into the feet of Bergkamp. Runs off Kudru.
Yeah, both fullbacks from Middlesbrough just might have their work cut out today. That's why I talked about the two wide men, Zenden and Mendieta. There's a huge onus on them helping the fullbacks. If they don't, I think they'll get exposed in wide areas.
Higher and higher in the Highbury popularity stakes. Higher and higher went the corner. There's plenty of people who said 4-1 at Everton, the struggling side last season, started this season, a bit of a formality for Arsenal. I think it was anything but that. Remember when they last had an excellent run going of unbeaten games in the Premiership, it was ended at Goodison Park by a certain Wayne Rooney. But 4-1 it was. Of course, they've had a couple of 4s or 3 against Middlesbrough in the Premiership in the last couple of seasons. Henry, out by Cooper. Possession maintained by Parler, and now Zenden.
He was looking for Mendieta. The ball was on, but he just didn't deliver it quick enough. He has different class there, tracking back, chasing back.
They swapped Reyes and Ljungberg at the moment. It's too high for Henry, but probably wouldn't have been too high for an Alan Shearer type.
I imagine things though are Arsenal crossing more at the beginning of the season than I've ever seen them do. Thought I noticed that against Everton last week, and you wouldn't see that often. A ball played in, looking for a header in there. Normally be kept, played across the front of the 18-yard box, probing for an opening.
A bit of hesitation between Cole and Lehmann, with the job around. Hasselbank is noticeable, one of the strikers. Hasselbank at the moment for Middlesbrough trying to make it a 5th man in midfield when Arsenal build from the back. Some merit in that, I'm sure. Henry. Lauren. Fabregas just switched off a little bit, didn't really burst into the penalty area, as if he thought the cross wasn't coming. Hasselbank the furthest forward at the moment. He scored plenty of goals against Arsenal in the past, but not the recent past. Bergkamp. Riggett sliding in. Taken down by Job. Want to do well with Viduka available again shortly. Mendieta fires up off Seagull. And now Ashley Cole.
He switches play here, and Freddie Ljungberg's in the absolute acres, but seen him.
He's just biding his time. The forward option in the end was the only one for Cole, and then lured Reisiger in. Ashley Cole had a wonderful Euro 2004. Tournament in which we saw a successful man-marking job on Thierry Henry by Greece. Satoridis was the player. It's something that Premiership teams haven't tried to do.
Not yet. Should be keepers.
Sky Digital viewers can access the player cam and take a close look, if you so choose, at Jose Antonio Reyes by the red button on the remote.
That was a nice ball up to Job. Just didn't get control of it close enough to his body.
festive chorus of the Patrick Vieira song. The injured captain tested the emotions of the Gunners fans. He made a statement of commitment. This is Henry. Now Fabregas. And Gilberto.
He was never going to keep that on target. Right foot. Awkward strike. Hitting it that way, he was always going to turn this right to left. That's exactly what he does. Never threatening, really.
Arsenal not best pleased with Brazil for summoning Gilberto to go to Haiti. And they took Edu from his holiday. He hasn't even reported back to for Arsenal. But I guess if you picked by Brazil,
and they have to turn that.
Yeah, Gilberto wasn't selected for the Copa America. Edu was. That's why he's not been back at Highbury. And there are World Cup qualifiers coming up for Brazil in September, which those two Arsenal players will want to be involved in. Here's Bergkamp. Kudru. It's Reyes on the right foot. And it's the side netter.
Such a difficult ball that to deal when he's looking for a corner. You suggest there was some deflection because Bergkamp too was claiming, asking for the linesman here. Horrible ball to deal with, but he dealt with it fairly well. You must be thinking that Schwarzer got a bit of that.
This will tell us, I think.
But dealing with that was excellent from Cooper. He could do no more than just knock it down. A little deflection off the goalkeeper. Easy to miss though.
Lauren. Just checking into that halfway house position that actually Middlesbrough recognised. Ray Parlour recognised it, but he's lost Bergkamp now. And of course, the Dutchman gets a touch on the ball. Fabregas wearing Parlour's old number. Reyes couldn't accelerate into the space that was there from Henry's little layoff. Mendieta, his passing hasn't quite been as precisely as usual, but that's much better. There's a Banks cross, and his job to try and find in the centre.
And that's the way they're set up at the moment, Middlesbrough. Trying to defend fairly deep, lots of numbers, and then just trying to use both wide players and the two front men to break whenever they can. Nothing too adventurous from Parlour and Latang.
That's Henry's pass. On the gallop is Ashley Cole, and Reyes brilliantly kept out by Schwarzer.
Not so sure he knew an awful lot about that. That's instinct. That's the threat. Mendieta doesn't track him all the way. Almost gets there, Mendieta, but Cole's too quick for him. And I say Schwarzer's going to have to make saves if they're going to get in. That's an example of what I mean. He's a little lucky it's straight at him, but he was big.
And such stylish football from Arsenal. And Schwarzer has a bit more of a bread and butter job. He's coached, incidentally, by Paul Barron, who's a former Arsenal goalkeeper. And Reyes storming in. Now, we talk about Henry sometimes checking out for these crosses, but Reyes is making the instinctive striker's runs.
I think that was a great run. When Cole gets the ball in that position, if you're in the middle, the only place you can do is attack the near post like he did then. The only thing he did wrong was he hit it too well. He could have scuffed that, and he scuffs it in the opposite corner, and it's in. He just hit it so cleanly.
Bergkamp. Coming from the right-hand side with Ljungberg more central. Still battling on. Look at the number of players that Middlesbrough got back.
And centrally.
Still inside to act out the strong strategy that he's worked out with his coaching staff. There's Sven-Göran Eriksson here, of course. Steve back in the England setup because of the illness to Brian Kidd for Euro 2004, and it stayed that way in the foreseeable future.
And if anything, what they have done the opening quarter of this game is they've maybe just given it away a little too easily.
Murray takes on Riggott and repositions. That's Fabregas trying to let the pass run across his body so he could steer it in with his right foot.
I tell you what, Bergkamp, you know, is through. If Steve Dunn doesn't get in the way there, the referee.
There's a fair bit of Steve Dunn, isn't there?
Yeah. Sommerdwell, I think, comes to mind.
A referee with a strong constitution. Here's Bergkamp. Lauren, full of adventure from right back. He's just trying to tee it up, Henri for Reyes. There was half a shout for handball. And then it's rather rolled wide by Fabregas.
Well, there's a little panic in there. Middle of Middlesbrough's defence at times. A little edgy, and the ball's dropping down.
Patrick Vieira has Edu for company. They obviously put a lot of thought into what I hope for Arsenal supporters' point of view is not going to become an annual event. The August angst, shall we say, from the French midfield player. Job.
But to keep it, it's a little example of what I mean, Martin. You have to really keep it better than that against teams like Arsenal. Job's dispossessed too easily. Well, when you get possession like that, that's what I'm talking about. You've got to make that 30%, 40, and then 45 if you can.
Middlesbrough haven't won any of their last 8 away premierships. In fact, they lost 6 of those 8, but their last victory was at Old Trafford back in February. Zenden.
Sure that the linesman's not going to lay his flag, and he thinks, I'll pull on here, I'm going to be in there, and it's no contest.
It's the ball in the air long enough for Cooper to just think he got a fleeting chance of getting to it, but no more than that. Arsenal lead.
And you don't know how they play, but you would expect that Colin Cooper might look at Frank Kedrew and say, well, wait a minute, the way we work at Middlesbrough, when the ball's on that side of the pitch, you have to, as a full-back, get a bit closer to me, particularly when you're playing Arsenal, particularly when Henri is that player who's pulled on the shoulder of Cooper. But, you know, we don't know, because Steve McLaren might work on the way full-backs maybe sit higher up the pitch. It just depends what they work on. But he certainly wasn't round on cover. And if that's what they work on, and that's what he should be when the ball's coming from the opposite side, then his positioning should be questioned as well.
Steve McLaren started up in the stands, but he's down at touchline level now. And maybe get a message or two to his team. Camp stretching. There we go this weekend that Arsenal won, scoring 4 up at the Riverside. Over Seagot.
It was a better effort.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Mendieta.
Fabregas. Henri. Looking for Ljungberg, but didn't quite get the width on the pass. Mendieta. Job. Parler. Not either for Hasselbank to be interested in.
Not bad. That's twice, Mendieta and then Parler trying to find Hasselbank over the top. They've come very close on both occasions to doing so.
Reyes. That's the long ball at the moment. Bergkamp that time. Gilberto. Bergkamp. Movement has been excellent from the home side, and we do anticipate a sticky and sweaty afternoon here in the North London sunshine for Middlesbrough.
Well, he might have got a shout to hold that from Bergkamp's pass there into Henry. Just tried to turn it round the corner. He had a little bit more space and time than he thought.
Simply for Middlesbrough to come here without, of course, Echiog and Southgate, who are as good a pair of centre-backs as you'll find really in the Premiership.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge obstacle for them to overcome.
For Southgate, that training injury, a knee, and Hugo Echiog has had a back problem. And he has travelled with the team. He was hopeful of playing. And he is always the most comfortable place to rest a damaged back, sitting on the bench. There's Ljungberg at pace. Drew sticking with him. Henry stopped, but not Arsenal. Reyes. And for Isaac, almost provided the 1-2, yeah. When Middlesbrough badly need to retain some possession.
I don't know why he's rushing to volley that up the pitch, Matt. It's not as if they've got 2v1 or 3v2 at that end. They're still outnumbered. Just take the pace out of the game for a bit.
Any sort of Arsenal win today would take them above Chelsea on goal difference. You all know the 2 Chelsea scores in the 2 games. Winning football for Jose Mourinho.
A little heavy with the pass.
Pedro likewise. Yeah. Just a little line on Frank Kedru, Andy, that I hadn't heard before today, that he is qualified for the Republic of Ireland. A French half-back, apparently a grandparent. That journey across from France to from Ireland to the north of France. I don't know whether Brian Kerr and the Irish FA know about that.
I do know.
Ljungberg. He got a lot of his sparkle back, I thought, when he played for Sweden in Euro 2004. Yeah. He didn't have a vintage season.
No.
Despite Arsenal's vintage season. Playcam switching to Thierry Henry, the scorer of the game's 1 goal so far for Sky Digital viewers. Back header by Bergkamp. Henry, a static moment with Riggett.
Well, of course, Riggett had a hold of him. That's why the free kick's given.
Been watching a bit of the judo in the Olympics, and not quite what that came under. An illegal hold, anyway.
Well, the dominating possession. You look at the attempts on goal as well. You understand why this has pretty much been one-way traffic.
Why many experts make Arsenal favourites to retain the trophy, but of course they haven't retained the Championship of England since the mid-1930s. Seagull. Lauren. Quickly on him was Badevine Zenden. Toure. And now Gilberto. Parla. Some adverse publicity during the summer, but he bore it all with great fortitude. He's a man with a tremendous sense of humour, and I guess he hopes his bank manager has the same sense of humour. Seagull. A touch from Fabregas and Gilberto. Arsenal very much in control, but we've seen plenty of Premiership games where that second goal has been elusive, and the absence of it has been costly to the team that have taken the lead.
I think even Arsenal at times on this run, Matt, have got into this situation. They've gotten a little bit twitchy as the second half's gone on.
Well, one would never say that they would like to lose a game, but of course there are more and more games that tick over. The extent of the record goes on. It's its own pressure. There's nothing like pressure coming from success. Reyes. Henry. That's the bank trying to fight for it. Middlesbrough need plenty of battling qualities. They're certainly not out of it with 10 minutes to go to half-time.
No, it's scraps at the moment, though. It's all the feeding on Hasselbank and Job.
Henry. Reyes. Bergkamp. It's an important foot in by Kudru. Here's the other left back, Ashley Cole. Fabregas, Reyes. Arsenal threatening.
Should have run wide. Lauren, again, hugely advanced position. Nobody near him.
So not Dennis being cleverer than his teammates. Full week of live football coming up on Sky Sports from the Carling Cup and Scotland, home of Rochdale. Good game in that part of the world against Wolves. That's Sky Sports 2, Monday 7:30. And then plenty of action from the Barclays Premiership in midweek. Crystal Palace against Chelsea is our live offering on Tuesday. Again, Sky Sports 2 from 7. And then Newcastle against Norwich City. They go from Manchester United to Newcastle United. You can see how they fare against Sky Sports 2. Fabregas. It's 1-1 by Boateng. Zenden. Mendieta. And a full forward for Middlesbrough here. Maybe not the best option from Mendieta.
His quality, Mendieta's quality today has just not been up to his usual standard. And this is a good player we're talking about, an excellent player. And it's not as if he's been under pressure with his passing. He's been so wasteful. I'd almost use the word sloppy at times.
Zenden's throw. Now Reyes. Arsenal with a chance to rub in their superiority before half-time. Bergkamp. Midfield support was a little later than usual in arriving.
It's the control, that's what they've got.
Ljungberg. Use the pace of Henry.
They just control it at their own pace until someone decides to inject a bit of pace into it in the last third, and suddenly they're through you.
Hasselbank caught offside. Wasn't quite sure in the end. Ljungberg half an idea perhaps about a shot himself, and the ball that required too much precision as it turned out for Henry. Good interception by Mendieta. He likes to do his work facing the opponent's goal usually. Whereas Andy said he's been inconsistent, unusually so, in his approach today. And he's fouling Reyes now. Bang on a thigh muscle there, I think, rather than a damaged hamstring, which is around the same area and much more serious.
Yeah, it's more of a knock, I would have thought. Just hung a leg out, Mendieta. But it's funny at Highbury times, isn't it? We're sitting here and they're 1-0 up, and they're just about to equal an unbelievable record, and it's a bit quiet. It's a bit, well, expectancy, isn't it?
One thing I would say about Nottingham Forest, and what a great team that was under Brian Clough, who was a great manager, is that after their unbeaten run came to an end, they finished that season by being champions of Europe. And they did that again the following season. That's something that Arsenal has still got to show they're capable of doing. But with Thierry Henry in good form, and certainly a goal here will help that form. Here it is.
Great ball. But you can see where Kedru is as well. He's obviously not got the pace to get back there. It's all about starting positions at times when you play against this lot. And even when he miscontrols it, that's to his advantage. You know, if he controls that there as he wanted to do, then he takes the bounce out the ball, and he probably can't lift it over the goalkeeper. So it worked in his favour, his miscontrol.
Well, I was in Amsterdam where Reyes got a much worse injury than this one seems, and it looked as though in a pre-season tournament it wouldn't come back on again. Arsene Wenger couldn't stop him. He was up on his feet and raring to go. Not on his feet there was Joseph Desire Job. And it cost Middlesbrough possession. Fabregas. Henry. Very ornate at times.
There's a free kick. Yeah. I think Mendieta just a little tug at Fabregas when he was past him. It's their all-round movement from everywhere. You know, the two full-backs even get involved. The only two who don't really get involved in any movement like that in the top half of the pitch, top third, are the two centre-backs. But everyone else in our red and white shirt out there is free to contribute, to get involved, to go and influence the game whenever they want.
To ask Kolo Touré. 2-0, which it hasn't, and the threat in the Premiership of a counter-attack of class, and Middlesbrough put one together here. They're level at Highbury.
Well, full master, full-back. He might not have been round on the cover when Arsenal scored, but my goodness, what an influence he has in this. Just in the half, pops a couple of passes off, but just keeps going. It's a fabulous run. And I'm thinking to Job, just square it. Look at Mendieta tap in. But square it, not in your life. He's pulling the trigger. And does he pull it? Oh, that's emphatic. Well, this is why we love this game. They've been absolutely dominated from the first minute. We're approaching half-time when Steve McLaren might have a few problems, might have a dressing room that doesn't know quite what to do. He's now going to have a buoyant dressing room. He's going to get them back on the floor and say, listen, lads, it's not quite as bright as that, but what a way to answer back.
Well, Job scored here in the FA Cup last January, when, of course, these clubs at that time were playing each other almost every week. And there were 4 meetings in less than 4 weeks in various competitions. Arsenal won a league game, won the FA Cup game here 4-1 in the end, despite Job's goal. And, of course, Middlesbrough got the better in those 2 Carling Cup semi-finals.
Wasn't quite Arsenal's first team.
No, but that's not Middlesbrough's fault.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, yeah, they're playing a different Arsenal side than the one they're playing today.
We've had a great view of the strike from Job down in the Middlesbrough dugout. It absolutely flashed in. Goalkeepers hate to be beaten on that near side, but I think we've got to credit the power of the shot.
He can be beaten, but beaten by power is something else from that close. It's past Lehman before he can move.
So they've had the ball, they've played with imagination, Arsenal. At times, well, if you don't win the game, you might call it a bit of self-indulgence. They've got to start out all over again. Seagull. Gilberto with the volley.
What a hit. I tell you.
It's a useful one.
That'd have been interesting had it got through. Good pressure on him at the edge of the box, but he controls this beautifully. Not easy to hit. Just dropping like that. And watch him. Good pressure. Plenty of Middlesbrough bodies in front of him, making it difficult. He struck it beautifully.
Added time before half-time at Highbury. Up goes Touré. Well, it's quite a Highbury for a different reason now.
he must be thinking, I can't believe this. What is this game doing to me? Dominate for 45 minutes, and it's only 1-1.
And it is half-time. A harder job for Arsenal than it seemed. Middlesbrough's job, hammering in that equaliser so close to the break, after Arsenal had entertained and scored through Thierry Henry from a lovely ball from Reyes. But it's set up nicely for the second period. 1-1 at the break.
It's interesting, isn't it? All of a sudden, Martin Keown and John Gregory are with us. Their thoughts when we come back. I'm sure Arsenal aren't thinking about records today. More 3 points, that's what they want. And all of a sudden, after a half that they've bossed, they go in at 1 apiece. Record on the line? The reaction comes next.
Super September on Sky Sports.
World Cup qualifiers.
England take on Austria and Poland.
Wales play Azerbaijan and Northern Ireland.
The Republic of Ireland face Cyprus and Switzerland.
And Scotland versus Slovenia.
All of them live only on Sky Sports. Plus big games from the Premiership,
including Chelsea, Spurs and Man United Liverpool.
Round 1 of the Champions League.
And a choice of 14 live matches.
Super September on Sky Sports. Too good to miss.
Got live football Monday night, Tuesday and Wednesday this week. Tuesday and Wednesday from the Premiership. 7 o'clock start on Sky Sports 2 on both occasions. Tuesday night Palace play Chelsea, and on Wednesday it's the turn of Newcastle and Norwich. This afternoon at Highbury it's 1-1 Arsenal and Middlesbrough. Earlier in the day we saw West Brom and Aston Villa finish 1 apiece. Martin Keown and John Gregory are with us. So what will the manager be saying half-time, Martin? What, is it standard patter or is it different?
Yeah,
As you were, carry on.
They're very calm at half-time, you know. Arsene Wenger doesn't rant and rave. The players would have sat down for 5 or 10 minutes just to have a drink, relax. And then, you know, he'll deliver what he needs to say. And I think, really, it was just more of the same, really. Just need to move the ball a bit quicker and be mindful of Middlesbrough on the break.
So a bit like your dressing room, John?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't have so many multinational players. I just wonder what language he would speak to. And how does he communicate with Reyes?
Well,
does he have an interpreter there?
No, obviously there's English-speaking players.
Yes.
There's a few other players that speak Spanish in the dressing room, so they'll talk to Reyes.
Right.
He can speak a number of languages as well, so he'll have a quiet word with players, so that's not really a problem.
Right.
You see, football
I just wonder
at a
what
different level.
Move your backside a bit would be in Spanish. Put yourself about a bit, you know. Does he have you ever seen him lose his temper, Wenger?
I've seen him animated, but you know, to not really lose his temper, no, because you know, he's looking to get the right effect from the players, and I think as a manager, I think you need to stay calm. You know that I think when the players see you losing it, they're going to lose it as well. And I think you're looking for clear directive from the manager. And basically, you know, you're not sitting there watching; you're out there playing. And you want a voice, you know, a sensible voice from the manager.
Yeah.
No sign of Middlesbrough yet, but Arsenal are back. Is this when 15 minutes feels long? Oh, here come the Borough. I would have felt very happy with the way things are at the moment. Job with the equaliser, lashed in right on half-time. We're interactive. Push the red button, follow the instructions. That's where you'll find player cam, and we'll be following Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank for the first 10-15 minutes of this half. Commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Richard. It was just over 3 years ago that Middlesbrough came here and won 3-0, and that spoilt Arsenal's day. Then it handed the title to Manchester United in that particular season. Are they capable of spoiling this afternoon that started promisingly enough for the Gunners? So Middlesbrough boosted by an equaliser close to half-time. Arsenal may be chastened by that. Boateng was sent off here in the cup game in January. Mendieta letting rip.
I just wonder what that goal will do to Middlesbrough in respect it. Had it stayed 1-0, they would obviously had to have a little talk and a little rethink at half-time, but they got the goal back. They're level terms now. Will it be more of the same? concede possession, allow Arsenal to dominate. Or will they feel a little confident?
I rather think collectively we haven't done justice to Frank Kadru's part in that goal, you know. He took them on and on and on. It was a really tremendous piece of left-back play, worthy of his opposite number today, Ashley Cole.
Yeah. I think we counted 5 tackles that he evaded in the run. I use the word tackles loosely.
To the Republic of Ireland, please take note. The Frenchman who has that qualification hasn't been capped for France. George Boateng has played a couple of games for Holland, but not recently. He's earned his Premiership place at a number of clubs, though, with his industry, and it's typical of what Steve McLaren needs from his players in the second half. And if they can come up with another cocktail of attacking play that catches Arsenal out again. Don't forget, no Sol Campbell, no Patrick Vieira. Opposing teams would like to come here with those 2 missing, and that's Middlesbrough's case today. And they've got Ray Parlour. What a story this would be, but Toure stops it, really unfolding into a final chapter.
Just for a split second there.
And suddenly Arsenal have got 5 players forward. Fabregas hasn't had much luck with his shooting from long range. He's in the record books as Arsenal's youngest ever scorer. He's in a Carling Cup game here last season, the Carling Cup, of course, which was won in the end by Middlesbrough. Kadru, fully encouraged to come forward again. And of course, they took out Seagar. All had to cover in.
Just a little slow in reacting to this, Arsenal.
That's Kadru, and last glancing blow was of the recognisable head of Pascal Seagar.
Struck it well enough. Difficult volley. Hit Bergkamp on the way through as well.
Concern at Highbury. For the home supporters, maybe for the home players, as Zenden sends out the signals. Riget decided to let it run if it was meant for him. Parlour away around Toure. And Zenden didn't quite get back quickly enough, or Mendieta rather. It's not fair when they both go on the same side of the pitch, is it?
That shouldn't be allowed, actually.
No. Let's have a word with the Premier League about that. Richard Scudamore's here. Here's Riget. Now Boateng and Kadru. And some voices from T.
He's far too quick in thought. He's far too quick with his feet. Reisiger has absolutely no answer to be, but emphatic as ever. What a game.
In case you've been out for a cup of tea for the last couple of minutes, it's Arsenal 4, Middlesbrough 3. And we're not finished yet. And Middlesbrough may not be finished yet. Steve Dunn reacting to a decision from the assistant that it is a corner.
And Lehmann must have got a little finger on it. Hasselbank wasn't far away at the back post.
Bergkamp clears. Reyes. The sort of timing that they've got at the Olympics here. We're talking, I think, about 2 in 48 seconds from 3-2 down to 4-3 in front. Zenden. Bergkamp back. Flag stays down. Ball stays in with Mendieta.
it's an extraordinary game. What a reply from the champions. Oh, hit it. But better than that.
We've had a few better than that today.
But 3 goals in 10 minutes, Middlesbrough hit Arsenal with, and what did the champions reply with? 3 in 11. Unbelievable. And Perez again gets another goal against Middlesbrough.
And it's 2-2 for his season, and he's not started a game in the Premiership yet. Seagull will be feeling distinctly happier. So will Lehmann. Perez. Corner to Arsenal. No one's been shortchanged today at Highbury. They really are. Kolo Touré comes up for the corner. Most consistent season last time around. Collected by Perez. We call for it. It's Riggett, though, who makes a straightforward defensive header. If anything is straightforward at the back for Middlesbrough at the moment. Riggett's there again. Bergkamp. Who played a game here for Aston Villa when his team were leading 2-0. Andy, you might well remember that.
Yeah.
I think he was actually responsible, a weak tackle in that centre circle, for the goal that Arsenal got to win the game 3-2. Responsible, as I say. It was, Arsenal got the ball because of that. They lead 4-3 against Boateng's Middlesbrough here. Lauren. I've seen some 4-3 classics in the last, what's this, the 13th season of the new format of the league, the Premier League. A good chunk of every game is available for you on Sky Sports in this campaign, if you can find time to watch them. They are all well worth watching. Pedro with the job on the ball, and Middlesbrough on the attack, even though Boateng is injured. Mendieta.
Ashley Cole just gambled it, was going to cross it, committed himself, and Mendieta just shifted it and then delivered. Boateng got caught with by Gilberto.
Just a chance for a moment's reflection on the amazing events of a few minutes ago.
They don't come any easier, do they?
You have to be there together.
You do, absolutely. You have to be there. But this is, I mean, this boy's, well, he is a star, but I just think he's awesome.
Make that 5 in his last 5 starts for Arsenal.
Well, it's no surprise Perez hasn't started in, Mr. Taylor.
Can't leave him out, can you?
No, you can't. And Bergkamp playing the way he's playing, and the manager, well, Martin Keown said he's seen him animated a couple of times. Well, that's as animated as I've seen him.
Well, that's the shades of those two Steve Bruce goals at Old Trafford back in '93 when Fergie and Brian Kidd were cavorting on the pitch. It's good to hear Martin Keown talking about how Arsene Wenger kept the players calm. Martin was always calm. Always calm.
Yeah.
Riggett heads on. Not completed yet this for Arsenal. We conceded a goal late in the first half that reshaped the game. And George Boateng might be on the pitch at the end of the second half. He's doing his best. Kudru.
Well, it's been entertaining, this game. Really entertaining. Plenty of attempts in goal certainly from Arsenal, but even Middlesbrough have picked up theirs. It's been good stuff to watch.
Perez. Lauren. All those crosses you were talking about in the first half. Oh, he wasn't far away from it. Reyes. Lauren. Perez. Gilberto. Casual, tiring legs maybe after that long trip to Haiti and back. We're talking about the attempts, Andy.
Oh, Arsenal certainly had plenty. Middlesbrough, I think, had about 1 at half-time, 2 at half-time. Hit the target 5 times, Middlesbrough have 3 goals.
Well, you said for Kudru it was an attempt. I wonder what his version of events will be on that. It certainly went into the back of the net.
Well, he didn't hit it like across, did he?
No. He certainly hit it. So, Stuart Parnaby, one of those home-produced players I was talking about that Middlesbrough can be proud of. His own dad, Dave Parnaby, helps a great deal in the developments of youngsters up on the Teesside. Isaac has had to give way. Parnaby played at left-back against Newcastle. Tackling back on the left side for Arsenal, but fouling was Reyes.
He was lucky he didn't get booked. Had the whistle go, just played the ball down the park. I can think of 1 or 2 referees that would be reaching for a yellow card.
Kicking the ball away. Harry Ferguson.
Yeah.
Player, not referee. I think we know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Boateng. Parler. Now Riggett. Still 15 minutes or so to go. Gilberto. Arsenal led 1-0, but only led again at 4-3. Kudru. Misjudged by Lauren. It's the middle third of the match that's been so sensational. Really didn't show any great signs of being anything more than a straightforward Arsenal home win. Yeah. Many people came here, I'm sure many of you switched on thinking that that would be the case. Anything but straightforward, but the home side do lead.
We have a full-back who was a doubt, taking a knock again. He might be struggling.
Sympathetic words from a fellow Frenchman, and here's another Frenchman, Mathieu Flamini. Through is responding to treatment. Well, they usually get 4 against Middlesbrough, don't they? They've often got 4 against them, away and at home. But it's never been quite like this.
It's usually more straightforward than today.
They might need a 5th, who knows? Here's Job, who scored the first Middlesbrough goal that really made the game come alive. Bergkamp. Give and go from Gilberto, but Murray was looking for Perez, then Kudru, to his credit, is labouring on. What a pass by Perez over the head of Riggett for Gilberto to really attack.
But he weren't saying what a header. Frankie Drew's happy this time. Perez has a little look early. It's a beautiful delivery because Gilberto doesn't have to break his stride. Difficult angle, wasn't easy.
Fabregas, who was the 98th Arsenal Premiership player when he started at Everton. No, he's staying on. Flamini became the 99th when he was a substitute at Goodison Park. Reyes, yet again, has made an explosive impact on the match. Nemeth is on for Middlesbrough.
Yeah, Zenden off.
For Zenden. Well, at least that'll make it easier, making sure it's Mendieta. Well, you just wonder. The Arsenal change, a little bit more defensive-minded. Obviously, Middlesbrough need a goal, and Nemeth, an international striker with Slovakia. Oh, here's Hasselbank. Colin Cooper might have a problem here if Henry really attacks him. Perez has gone too early. Offside. Those two understand each other's game so well. There was this story that they had a training ground disagreement during Euro 2004, but as I'm sure you would testify, Andy, the best of friends can fall out in training sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to make it absolutely clear for you, Zenden off, Nemeth on, game on because Middlesbrough are attacking again.
Well, nothing would surprise you the way this game's gone. Since the 44th minute, it looked like a regulation. 3 points for Arsenal, equal to the record. But what's happened since then, it's very difficult to explain.
Well, when you've digested this, it will take a little bit of time. Rochdale against Wolves, Carling Cup, Monday, 7:30. Tuesday, Crystal Palace and Chelsea from the Premiership. Sky Sports 2, Chelsea 100% record after 2 games. Newcastle against Norwich from the Premiership, Sky Sports 2 on Wednesday. All live. Middlesbrough have a corner. Still more than 10 minutes to go. Cooper, Neil Warrior comes up. Kudrew's seemingly gung-ho.
It's so frustrating that corner when it hits the front man like that.
A long throw might catch Arsenal out. Here's Seagull. Camp really leading by example. Vieira-like. The defensive third. Arsenal can't deal with the danger. Kutsu about the part of the pitch where he scored from. Boateng, who's operating perhaps at about 75%, but grafting away, and he hit that pretty true.
A little under his feet. Didn't think it was ever going to beat the goalkeeper from there.
There's Flamini. Bergkamp. Job doing very well. Middlesbrough haven't given this up. Boateng, but that's a foul by Henry.
Can you imagine being Steve McLaren? I mean, how do you feel? You know, you've watched your side get that 2-goal lead and you're 3-1 up in a game where everyone, myself included, thought that they probably couldn't win it. And then you hold the lead for what, a minute before you can see the goal and let Arsenal right back in it. I mean, who would be a coach and a manager? Well, I would, I guess, if it was this Arsenal team you were watching every week. Yeah.
Well, it was the turnabout from 3-2 to 4-3, wasn't it? That was so sensational from Arsenal's point of view. and so shattering. Well, they haven't been shattered yet, Middlesbrough. They've cleared their heads. Good calibre of character that they have, and Steve McLaren's set up. Said 1 or 2 times already today, a very progressive football club. Scientific approach from the management. Bags of backing from the boardroom. And all the better for having got their hands on a trophy.
Yeah.
Fabregas. On the gas was third count, but he couldn't get there. Job. Here's Nemeth. Hasselbank making a run. Got away from Seagull. The ball didn't get away from Jens Lehmann. Pires. Fabregas. Pressure on Pires. Of course, Arsenal can attack with Maury alone, and then Pires will support, but some managers in Arsene Wenger's situation would have said, well, let's keep going, probably we'll get another goal, maybe without Campbell, maybe we are vulnerable to conceding again.
I think maybe at 3-3 you might have got that. But I think that 4-3 is happy now. I think if he's learned anything over the years, Arsene Wenger, and I guess he continually learns. I can remember particularly when Grimondi was in the squad.
Vivas was another, wasn't he?
They used to bring these players on with 15, 20 minutes to go to protect the narrow lead. I don't think he thinks like that now. I think he's so confident in his team's ability, and he just lets them get on with it.
Job. Nice angle touch by him and by Nemeth. Back to Job. Rate, space on the right for Middlesbrough, and Mendieta. Diagonal balls on for Nemeth. That's the ball.
But not good enough. That's pretty much summed up Mendieta today. When it really matters, when he's needed to put a pass in, and I'm talking about a pass not under pressure. He had a chance to look up. He had Job, he had Nemeth, and picks out the goalkeeper.
Bergkamp. Flamini. A good friend of mine, and he heard me commentate on the Community Shield in Cork. I said Franny Lee was playing. Talking about Flamini. He wasn't actually cleared to play, was he? We were talking about his international clearance. That would be a story if Franny Lee made a comeback. Great player though he was.
I think the biggest story is that you've got a good friend.
And there was me thinking that you were one. This is Seagull. And the wide roll. Pires more accustomed to that. Cole. Oh, now Middlesbrough again. With Hasselbank. Strength in number. Oh, again, Nemeth, the unlucky player, when a better pass. Just drifting left, and Arsenal aren't doing a huge job about protecting that side of the pitch. Not sure who's supposed to be right midfield, is it Flamini?
Yeah, Flamini and Gilberto. Pires on the left. Fabregas alongside Gilberto. He's playing along the right-hand side.
Well, Arsenal, of course, will equal Nottingham Forest even with a draw, but as you rightly mentioned a few minutes ago, there is a Premiership title.
3 points, yeah, absolutely. And I think that might have just got lost a little at the beginning of the season.
Well, it was a bit like the end of last season when staying unbeaten through the campaign became a prime requisite, and there were draws in games that really Arsenal were happy to draw. And the title clinched. They won't be happy to draw today, but that might yet be the outcome. Seagull. Through one of the Middlesbrough scorers. Arsenal looking a little bit more organised along the back line then. And we're down to 3 minutes plus added time. tired touch from Lauren.
Yeah, he would like to have looked down at the ground there, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you can't do that here. Certainly not in August, and usually not in May either. Cooper. Nemeth. I found him this time. It's problems really of Lauren's making, and he's solved them. Lost a bit of Fabregas though, the pass. And keep going left, Arsenal. Henry for Pires. Middlesbrough trying to regroup. Some of the momentum's gone out of the move. Henry, of course, can inject it again. A quick change of gear. Flamini. Fabregas wriggling out of trouble with that easy air to his game. Henry.
This has been a brilliant little piece of possession, I tell you.
Pires.
I'm watching it at home, enjoy it.
Seagull.
Yeah. Oh, he's clubbed it. He should have passed that. He got reprimanded for that.
It has given the ball away. Coming to the 90th minute. It was so close to half-time that Job hammered in the Middlesbrough's first goal and changed the face of the afternoon. Made Arsenal show off their wares. And Henry, well read by Schwarzer. Very well read indeed.
Yeah, he was borderline offside, but such is the pace that gets away with it.
Nemeth by Gilberto, advantage played by Steve Dunn, and then Hasselbank loses the ball. Sam Lehmann can play a bit of keep ball.
I think it's testimony as well to the squad that they have now, Arsenal, that they've done this today. They're 3-1 down with what, half an hour to go, and yet we're still without Campbell, without Vieira, two of the biggest players. We're able to turn that round and keep this run going, which almost seems certain now.
Yes, biggest players in more ways than one. Mendieta. Now Parler. Riggett's got forward, got a head of difficulty, but wrapped up in classical Arsenal fashion.
Quality, awareness, pace, and brilliance. That's what they have. And I'll tell you what they do, they make football look so easy. Doesn't look like anything's happening there. They work a goal out of nothing. Extraordinary.
Henry had the first word, he has the final word, surely, but there's been a lot said in between, particularly by Middlesbrough Football Club, who have not been disgraced here and have contributed enormously to a magnificently entertaining game. Oh, and there's still more to come.
What an effort, Ray.
Ray Parler's rocket, the Romford Pele.
I mean, he can't believe it. Because I know he'll go home and he'll pick the bones out of his team defensively. We've got the ball, man, and they've lost the goal. And that's what happens. This is a great effort. Struck it brilliantly. But Steve will go home and he'll think, oh, you know, we haven't defended as well as we could have done, as well as we probably should have done, given the ball away in the wrong areas at the wrong time and been punished by a top draw side.
Stoppage time, and maybe there is still more to come. 4 goals at Goodison, 5 at Highbury, and they may have to stick on that. Nemeth. And Mendieta. It's Flamini fighting back successfully.
You know what they're doing? They're putting fear into everyone in the league, I think.
Well, the league might know, Andy, that they've conceded 4.
I know, but that's nothing to do with what they concede, it's what they've got. Beyond that, they've got 9.
And they've got, barring the formality of the final whistle, they've got 6 points, and only Chelsea are after play 2 can point to that. You know, are we going to see a contest between maybe a grudging style at Stamford Bridge? Maybe. We'll score more, however many you score at approach from Arsenal.
Well, Arsenal want to tighten up. I don't think there's a doubt about that. They won't want to be as open as they've been. They haven't defended brilliantly today, Arsenal. They've just been too good at the other end.
And by the way, 42 games now without defeat, on a par with Nottingham Forest. Arsenal in the record books again. But what a wonderful afternoon's entertainment at Highbury. Thierry Henry gave them the lead and then sealed it all with Arsenal's 5th, but all sorts of fun and games in between. Pires came on to play an important part and get a goal. Reyes with a rocket got the goal that really mattered. It turned 3-3 into 4-3, but Middlesbrough led 3-1 when Kerdru hit one of 3 pearlers for Middlesbrough. Hasselbank with another, Job with the first. But they were together at the start, and they weren't always together through the middle of the match, but they're together at the end, and they are top of the table tonight. They are Arsenal Football Club. They've beaten Middlesbrough by 5 goals to 3.
Yeah, they might never lose again. That's unbelievable. Fabulous entertainment. Martin Keown's been with us to enjoy it, and John Gregory. First time in that run that they've been 2 goals back. The run's been threatened in that manner. First time in the 42 games they've conceded 3 goals. Middlesbrough had a really good go at that, and they've been beaten 5-3. The reaction comes next.
This August on Sky Box Office is unmissable. Mark Wahlberg has a job to do, but it's not just any job. It's an Italian job. Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear can't bear to be apart in a Farrelly Brothers comedy, Stuck on You. Angelina Jolie is thrown into the dark side in Lara Croft's Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life. And Tom Cruise is an American soldier who embraces the culture he's sworn to destroy in The Last Samurai. August is unmissable on Sky Box Office.
Dos pintas de cerveza. Dos pintas de cerveza. Dos pintas de cerveza. Dos pintas de cerveza.
Men only need to know the important stuff. Cut magazine, just the important stuff. Still only 50p.
You know, it helps to be posh around here, unless you own a string of polo ponies or maybe half of Yorkshire. But you don't have to be posh to be privileged. All you need is 4 years no claims, and Privilege will guarantee to beat your renewal quote. So, for cheaper car insurance, give Privilege a call. Or, if you're really posh, have your butler do it.
Hello?
Call Privilege now, or buy online at privilege.com.
The powerful performance of Dactar in dual-action spray powder beats athlete's foot and helps prevent it coming back.
Makes me wish I was a blue whale. Why? Because the blue whale's got the biggest tongue in the whole world. Over here, you got your sweet taste buds. Here, your bitter taste buds. Strongbow, unlike most other drinks, gets them both very excited.
Bitter, sweet, Strongbow. It's what your taste buds would order.
You're out tonight and you want to look sharp, but you've got oily skin, so you get Nivea for Men Oil Control Moisturiser to moisturise without the shine. Forget about oily skin and get more than your confidence back. Nivea for Men Oil Control Moisturiser. Advanced face care.
Gerard! Right. Got your film times. Got your addresses. Got your nearest takeaway. Got your dentists, doctors, and hospitals. Got your hotels. Got your discotheques, clubs, restaurants. Got your nearest taxi. Got as many different numbers as you want in one phone call. Got your number! Yeah!
Got your number.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Ah! Nose and lips!
This year, they're training
for the weirdest game on earth.
Is this really necessary?
Any other questions? Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Dodgeball.
I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Say them loud, say them clear, for the whole round world to hear. So say them loud, say them clear, for the whole round world to hear.
Well, there's more live football tomorrow night. At Carling Cup, it's Rochdale against Wolves. It starts at 7:30. It's live on Sky Sports 2. And then the attention turns back to the Premiership Tuesday and Wednesday night with programmes at 7 o'clock on 2. Tuesday night, Crystal Palace meet Chelsea, and on Wednesday night, Norwich are at Newcastle. And Friday at 7:30 from the Football League on Sky Sports 3, it's Gillingham against Queen's Park Rangers. Breathtaking stuff from the Gunners. 5-3 they've won this. Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp with Mark Bolton. That was just absolutely sensational.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, because even on the pitch I think we didn't realise what we have done. You know, 3-1 down, we just thought that maybe it wasn't going to be all day, but I don't know, something once again happened right here, and thank God that Dennis looked like is 20 instead of 35. But you know, amazing. You know, what can you say about a guy like that? I saw him doing the takeout at the back, up front, everywhere. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the armband doing that, but I hope he's going to keep it for a long time.
You look to have lost your way, but that's the test of champions, isn't it? How to come back and at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, we know this is a difficult team to play against, and 3-1 down. Yeah, what are the chances then to come back? But we showed some good spirit again, and yeah, we just kept on going. Got the early second goal for us, and we just kept going, and you can see what we can do then.
Thierry, will you ever lose again in the league?
Well, I don't know. You know, it's not a matter about losing or not losing. I always say that when you step on the pitch, you want to win. That's why it's all matter. And obviously, even more when you play for Arsenal right now. You know, and obviously, everyone knows that one day is going to happen. But we're trying to make it last.
Your goal-scoring record, both of you against Middlesbrough, is sensational.
Yeah, we do have some good games against them, and some good goals as well. It's to be fair, it's a team that plays football as well. There's a lot of talent in their team, and it showed. They made it very difficult, but in the end, I think we deserved it. I think.
How proud are you? How proud are you boys to have got that record now? It's quite something.
Yes, it is. But like I always say, you know, I think we don't realise what we're doing at the moment. It's still a long way. It's only the beginning of the season. You know, it doesn't mean anything if you break the record and you don't have anything at the end. But at the end of the day, you know, it's always something good to have, and I think people will remember that. On that day, as you said, you know, we did it in style to recall the record of Notts Forest. So I don't know, it's great.
2 goals, but he's the man of the match. Would you present it for us, Thierry? Just the one bottle. Perhaps it should be 42 this afternoon. Well done, boys.
There we go. Thank you. Man of the match, again.
Thank you. Thanks, fellas.
You sense a real camaraderie there, don't you? And that's obviously part of the secret as to why. And they've left here at Highbury singing once again today, "We are unbeatable." That's one of the reasons, is it? That spirit, that belief, that camaraderie?
They are. I mean, they became like extended family, really, the Arsenal players in that dressing room, to me anyway. And you need that. You know, once you have that, then you go on and do something extra special. And that's what they're doing every week. And I think today it sends out a big message really to the rest of the Premiership that you saw the hunger there, and when the ball went in the back of the net in the second half, Henri's put the ball on the penalties on the spot. Right, let's go again. And you saw that hunger, and they're going to need that. They showed us some important qualities today.
I mean, at 3-1, were you wondering if this was the day that Arsenal were finally going to lose?
Definitely, because they never really got started in the second half, Arsenal, until they went 3-1 down. And suddenly, having sort of dominated that first 20-25 minutes of the game and looking like they were cruising, they find themselves 3-1 down. And as always, it's always a test of true champions to see how they can come back from that. And they've just got so many attacking options. I mean, Perez, again, inspired substitution.
It's not bad when you can bring him on, is it?
No, I mean, the quality that they've got off the field that can come on at any given stage. But it was just, they can attack from all parts of the pitch, and whether it's down the right-hand side, the left-hand side, straight through the middle. Bergkamp looked awesome today. I mean, I was talking during the game, he does look so much sharper and so much fitter. And he actually, he headed one away just in front of his own goal mouth, and then went over and made a block tackle right on the touchline.
Down there in the corner.
Yeah, and that really epitomised his whole performance today. It's not often that you see Bergkamp putting himself about the pitch in the manner in which he did today. He was certainly inspirational, but they've just got so many players that can score as well. And Reyes took a great goal, and Henri was always a threat. And it was just very fortunate to be here today, I must say, Richard.
Wonderful entertainment. That's 42 now, unbeaten. They have equalled Nottingham Forest's record. We'll see the goals again in a moment or so. First of all, Arsene Wenger with Mark Bolton.
Incredible to watch. What was it like to be involved in?
Well, you go through all kinds of emotions, because I think we started well and had chance after chance in the first 25-30 minutes, and after first time we have a way through. I think we were a little bit everybody late in our defending, and they scored a great goal just before half time, which was a big blow for us. And you come out, score straight away second and third, and then of course you're back to the wall, and that's where you saw our mental resource and as well, but he didn't lose the nerves. We know we can play football, and we kept playing football, and luckily we came back with great goals.
Equalling that record is testament to the quality of this side, isn't it?
Of course, because I believe personally that top level is first consistency, and no matter what happens to the team, if you do not lose for such a long time, it means, for example, today we defended not very well as a team, but still we found the resources to compensate and to score the needed goals.
There were times when you looked extremely frustrated. There were one or two inadequacies at times in there. You're concerned?
I was frustrated at times, yes, because I saw that we alterned the very good with sometimes a little bit sloppy passing or sometimes sloppy defending, and of course it's beginning of the season, and you could see that everybody's not as sharp physically